I'm excited because the session is going to be an exciting one. So if you're looking forward to, all of the tips that you're going to get, the strategies when it comes to getting started in cybersecurity, please give me a thumbs up. You're excited to be here. You can't wait to get to learn all there is to learn about getting started in cybersecurity. Please give me a thumbs up. All right, thank you so much. Our facilitator is already here, but before I introduce her to you, I would love to get to know you as well, everyone on this call, right? So just tell me where you're joining from and what you currently do. So where are you joining us from and what do you do at the moment? So please just react, give me a thumbs up, and also type in the chat as we proceed, right? So for now, I would just love to get to know you, where you're joining from and what you currently do. So it's like it's speedy networking. So indulge me and let's get to each other. Okay, so I have my eyes in the chat. So we have Emmanuel. He is a maths tutor joining us from Wari. Nice to have you on this call with us, Emmanuel. All right, who else do we have here today? So guys, like I said, right, I would really love to get to know you. So please introduce yourself by typing in where you're joining from. It's a speedy networking before I get to introduce this facilitator of today's session to you. All right. So while we are all getting to know each other and introducing ourselves, I believe we all know why we are here, right? It's to get to know the strategies that you can apply or adopt when it comes to getting started in cybersecurity. What are those things that you should know? Where should you look? What are the things that you should get familiar with, right? This session is put together by Amdari. So I would really love to, do a brief introduction of Amdari and why we are here and why we are even putting together this session for you, right? So if you've been at that point, okay, before I even say that, if you know that you're looking to get your first job in tech, just give me a thumbs up. You're looking to land your first job in tech, give me a thumbs up. All right, thank you, something. I believe that's a thumbs up. All right, you're looking to get your first job in tech. Can you give me a thumbs up? Amazing, thank you, Olawale. Please, like I said, react. This is how we get to know each other. This is how we get to interact and get familiar. So you're looking to get your first job in tech. Please give me a thumbs up. Awesome. And I believe that means you've gained the skill already. If you've not gained the skill, give me a thumbs down. If I don't see any thumbs down, I believe everybody on this call has gained a tech skill. So if you give me a thumbs up, okay, awesome. So that means you've gained the skill. If you've not gained the skill, give me a thumbs down. And so far, I haven't seen any thumbs down. So my guess is everybody on this call has gained a tech skill. Now, when it comes to getting your first job, as many people on this call are hoping to get, the major thing that employers look out for and that you also know that you're supposed to have is a CV that reflects experience, right? So how will you have a CV that reflects experience when you don't really acquire that experience itself? That's where Amdari comes into the picture. How do you gain experience when every employer who is saying, oh, we need an entry-level professional, would keep saying you need to have at least 1 to 2 years experience as an entry-level professional. But then they won't hire you without that experience and you won't get that experience without the job. Pretty much chicken and egg situation. So that's why we started Amdari. If no employer will give a chance to entry-level professionals because they don't have 1 to 2 years experience, why don't we create that opportunity at Amdari and give you access to gaining experience in the real world sense, not simulation, not practice, not anything like that, a real world experience that prepares you for what the entry level or for what the job market needs, for what the recruiters are demanding. They want you to have experience. We give you that experience. Nobody else will give you because again, they need you to have experience. They want you to be confident that you can do the job. So we've been in that position. We've seen it happen. And one major thing that everybody needs to bear in mind that sometimes we don't need to wait until, opportunities fall on our laps. Sometimes we need to make it happen. And at Amdari, we found ourselves in that position where we can make this opportunity happen for millions and millions of people. And then we said, you know what, let's start an organization, a company, a tech company that focuses on tech professionals who have gained the skill and are looking to get or land their first job in tech. And now you have it, Amdari. So we help data professionals, cybersecurity experts, project managers, business analysts, financial analysts, HR analysts, and even data engineers, data scientists, and yeah, all the eight career paths I've mentioned to gain work experience by working on projects or working with our business partners. So, like I said, it's a real world work experience. So, we are bridging the gap between theory and real world expectation. So, you can see that Amdari is going all out to make sure that everybody who is looking to get their first job in tech is properly prepared for that opportunity, right? So, in essence, this is what Amdari is here for. So, if you feel that Amdari is, an answered prayer and is, helping solve a major problem that you feel applies to you, can you give me a thumbs up? You feel, oh yes, you've been applying to jobs for real, and employers have been saying nothing else than, oh, we need you to have at least 1 year experience or 2 years experience. Your CV does not reflect experience in the field and all of that. That's what Amdari is here for. The same thing goes for when you apply to jobs and your CV is, maybe it's been, doctored. There are some experiences on it that is not actual. Amdari gives you the actual experience. Then we help you revamp that CV to reflect this actual experience that you've acquired, right? So you don't have to go into an interview and talk about things that you actually didn't do, or start fidgeting or stuttering because the confidence is not there as a result of not having the experience. But when the experience is there, the confidence is 100%, right? So now, like I mentioned today, the topic is going to focus on cybersecurity, how to get started, and the strategies to bear in mind. All of the strategies you need to know. And who is going to be facilitating this session? It is none other than a skilled cybersecurity analyst with a diverse background in cloud security, SOC analysis, and application security. So be rest assured that you're in safe hands when it comes to cloud security experience using tools like Azure, SOC analysis when it comes to threat detection, incident response, and all of that, as well as database and database security, right? So everything that has to do with cybersecurity, how you can get started, where to look when you're trying to get a job, what you need to even land the job in the first place, right? So she is going to be giving you all of the details about that. And who am I talking about? I'm talking about Favor Atta. She's going to be, I'll be handing over to her shortly, where she gets to cover topics like how to get started, roles in cybersecurity, and demand for skills itself, right? So you can know exactly what to focus on and what to look out for. And then this is where it gets exciting. I mentioned how important it is for you to have experience. And I mentioned how Amdari is solving the problem with our internship program. So you might want to stay till the end of this session so you know how you can benefit from this internship program that Amdari has going on at the moment. We help you, gain experience through our internship program, and it focuses on cybersecurity, data analytics, data engineering, like I mentioned, all the career paths that I mentioned while I was talking. So you don't want to miss this session. Trust me, you don't want to miss any big part of this. There is also a special offer for you towards the end. So please sit back, relax, and the session commences now. So I will be handing over to Favor. Hi, Favor. It's nice to have you join us today.
Hello, everyone. Hello,
Hi.
mommy.
Nice to have you, Favor. All right. Are you ready for us so I can stop sharing my screen while you share yours? Can I stop sharing, Favor?
Yeah, you can.
Okay. All right. Okay. So you can proceed and yeah. Hi, Fibo, are you sharing your screen already?
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, I can hear you. Your screen is not up yet.
Yes, so okay. Just hold on, please.
All right. Okay, guys. So we're waiting for Favor's screen to come up so she can take it up from here. So let's just give her a second. Right.
So can you see my screen now?
No, but we can't see it here yet. Should I just share it for you from my end?
Yeah. Yeah, better. I don't know what's wrong.
All right, let me just share it from here.
All right.
Okay. So just let me know when to move on to the next slide as you
Mm-hmm.
present. Okay. So over to
All
you,
right.
Favor.
All right. Good day, everyone. Have you started sharing?
Yes, can you see my
All
screen?
right. Yeah, I can. All right. Good evening, everyone. Good day, wherever you are. My name is Favor Atta, and today I'm just going to inspire and help guide you on starting a career in cybersecurity. I'll be highlighting some roles in cybersecurity and just emphasizing the demand of cybersecurity for skilled professionals globally. So if you need strategies for on getting started in cybersecurity, this session is for you and you're in the right place. Can go to the next slide, please. All right. Now, the question everyone is asking is what is cybersecurity? There is um so much question. What is cybersecurity? Cybersecurity this. How do I get started in cybersecurity? And I'll just be explaining cybersecurity for those of us that are not in the field and those of us that are curious. So, cybersecurity refers to the practice of protecting system, networks, and data from cyber threats. So in cybersecurity, you are ensuring that you are protecting sensitive data, critical infrastructures from cyber attacks and cyber threats in general. And in cybersecurity, you're ensuring that the confidentiality, the integrity and availability of information is protected. So when we're talking of confidentiality, we're saying that this data that we have, who has access to this data? Is it the right person that has access to the data, or the data is just available for everybody? And when we're talking about integrity, we're saying that we're trying to ensure that this data is accurate, that it has not been tampered with. So I sent A, and it is A that is going out, it is A that you are receiving. So, and also when we're talking about availability, we're just trying to ensure that our infrastructure, our services, our data is available to everybody and is accessible to everybody that needs it. So key areas in cybersecurity, I'll be touching briefly on this bit and I'll still talk about them later, is network security, which involves protecting your infrastructure from from unauthorized access. Application security, that means you're ensuring that your software, your application, both web application, your mobile applications are protected against vulnerabilities. And then cloud security, we know that we're in an era where we're hearing cloud, we're hearing about Azure, we're hearing about AWS, Google Cloud, and other cloud platforms. So you're trying to ensure that you're protecting data and systems in cloud environment. And then we also have governance, risks, and compliance, which involves ensuring that the policies, risk management framework, and compliance with regulations are in place. We also have operational security, and this focuses on just protecting and securing processes and protocols. Now, why cybersecurity? Why should we bother about cybersecurity? Now, cyber attacks, as at a survey that was done last year, we saw that cyber attacks are predicted to cost the global economy $10.5 trillion annually by 2025, making it a very critical global issue. Also, there is a gap for skilled professionals in this field. While we have so many people that are entering cybersecurity, we also need skilled professionals in this field. Also, in also cybersecurity offers diverse fields and diverse career paths. Most times people tend to put themselves in a box and just say, oh, I just want to be. I listed some cybersecurity roles here, like SOC analyst, penetration tester, cloud security, application security, and GRC. But there are other fields that people don't even talk about. They could be under this major field, but there are other roles that people don't talk about, and we need skilled professionals in this area. Lastly, for personal impact, for me, protecting sensitive data and ensuring business continuity gives me a sense of fulfillment. And just knowing that you are helping a business or helping an organization to be safe from attacks, to be safe from cyber threats, just gives fulfillment. So, like I said, I'm going to be discussing some cybersecurity roles across industries. And I said earlier that cybersecurity is a vast and diverse field, and there are different roles depending on where you are. I know there are so many people. Some people say they are data analysts, some people are in accounting, some people are project managers, some people are engineers, and some of these people are just trying to move. How can I move from where I am right now to a role in cybersecurity? And I'll start with the technical roles. We have the SOC analyst. The SOC analyst is like these are the people that help to monitor, respond to security incidents. Now, these people, most times you see them running shifts day and night, 24 hours, trying to respond in case there's any incident, in case they notice any anomaly in the system. So they'll just respond to it. And then we have the penetration testers. These are the ethical hackers. They help an organization stimulate an attack, and then they find vulnerabilities. They identify these vulnerabilities and communicate them back to the organization or businesses they are working with. Then we have the threat hunters. These people are just actively searching for threats or any hidden risks that could be in the system. We also have forensic analysts. They help investigate security breaches and collect digital evidence. So these people, when there is an incident, they get information from the incident that occurred to investigate what caused this security breach and just to collect digital evidence to show that that this accident really or incident really occurred. And then we have application security specialists. This I explained before, that they secure software and applications by identifying vulnerabilities. Then we have cloud security engineer, focus on security in cloud environment and deployment. And we have the incident response. These people are the people that help in managing and mitigating security incidents. Say there's an incident in your organization, these are the people that are already specialized in responding to this incident with the incident response plan and all. We also have the cryptographer. They design and analyze secure encryption system, and the network security engineers. I explained before that these people help protect network infrastructure and breaches. And even just in this technical role, we can see that there are different skills here based on your background, which you can fit into, which you can transfer from where you are, or which you can build your skill upon. Also, The next slide, please. We have the governance, risks, and compliance. Now, in governance risk and compliance, we have the security auditor, and just like this name says, it helps review system or compliance with security standards. We have the risk manager, who helps assess and mitigate potential security risks. Then we have compliance specialists, ensures adherence to regulations like the GDPR, the EPA, the PCI DSS, and other frameworks. We have the policy analysts who help us in developing and implementing cybersecurity policies. And also in this place, you can also see that there are also diverse skill sets that can come to play here. You can see someone that studied law in compliance, someone that studied risks, or somebody that studied accounting, working as a security auditor. So we also have the non-technical roles. And like I explained, you can always transfer your skills no matter what you are doing now or what role you are in now. And you can see that we have cybersecurity project manager, and this person oversees security related projects, because of course we have cybersecurity firms who is going to be managing the projects they are going to take on. You need a project manager. So imagine someone that has been working as a project manager looking to get a cybersecurity role. All the person needs is just to get the basics, know your cybersecurity basics, be open to opportunity, and then see cybersecurity project manager, you are in the field already. Then we have technical writers, help create documentation for security protocols and system. There is nothing like documentation. Most people run away from documentation. But if you are good in writing, or especially writing about technical issues, you can be a technical writer in this field. Then we have business continuity manager. These people ensures operation continues during and after a cyber incident. The worst thing that can happen to a business is downtime, that your services are not available. So we need a business continuity manager to help with the business continuity response and plan. And then we have specialized role. We have the industrial control system security specialist for security critical infrastructure like power grids. Like I said, you can always transfer your skill. You studied engineering, you want to be in cybersecurity, you can do something in engineering. We also have IoT security specialists, secure connected device and IoT ecosystems. We have the AI ML security specialist, that's artificial intelligence and machine learning, addressing vulnerabilities in artificial intelligence and machine learning system. Mobile security specialist, protecting mobile devices and application. Now, in the next slide now, we're going to be seeing diverse field. Like I said, most people tend to put themselves in a box. You don't you don't just have to be a penetration tester. You don't just have to be a SOC manager. Other way, you can work in the entertainment industry. You can work in the sporting industry. You can work in education and advocacy role. You can work in healthcare, and like I mentioned earlier, project management. So if you look at all these roles here, the DRM security specialist that's responsible for managing and establishing maintaining security measures for digital content, the gaming security engineer, the streaming service, platforms like Netflix, platforms like Prime Videos. Are you saying that they don't have cybersecurity personnel there? They do. So sometimes we need to stop ourselves or remove ourselves from limitations and just think big. So we have the threat intelligence analyst, the sports data security analyst, the stadium infrastructure security specialist, and the list go on. If you're in education or advocacy role, education, you can be a security trainer, especially if you have the knowledge. You've been working in this field. If you be working in this field, you can help train other individuals and teams in cybersecurity practices, or you could be a researcher, or you could be a cybersecurity advocate promoting awareness of cybersecurity policies. Even if you are a marketer, you could work in sales. Then we also have healthcare. And this just shows that there are different roles in cybersecurity. I know that I've been talking, and now we're like, yes, so favor, how do I get started in cybersecurity? You have said this role, this role. So what are the things I need to do to get started in cybersecurity? And the first thing is you need knowledge. You are trying to get into this field, you need knowledge, general cybersecurity skills and foundation knowledge. When I started out, I had to go back to a school to start learning networking and just cybersecurity all over again. You need your networking basics because it's on this that you build your cybersecurity skills. And if you skip any skill when you're starting, in you will still go back to it because you need that knowledge to advance. And depending on what your goal is, right, you need there are some basic skills that you need to advance so that when you're talking in places and they say something, you're not talking out of context, you're talking with, and someone is saying that, oh, you're talking and you have knowledge of what you're talking about, right? And nobody can bamboozle you, right? So you have the networking basics, we have the operating system basics, security concepts, just like CIA trial that I spoke about, and risk management. You need to know that these are just the basic. Then your technical proficiency, depending on your goals, right? You need to learn scripting language, is it Bash or PowerShell or Python? You need to know a scripting language, and it's okay if you don't know programming or you don't know how to um, write scripts, right? Then you need to understand your tools that you're going to use. You need to understand firewalls, antivirus. These are just the basics. You need to understand the tools you are going to be working with. So the need to learn to upskill is very much needed. Then your ability to be a problem solver is also needed because you are going to be identifying vulnerabilities. So if you are not thinking outside the box, you are not trying to solve a problem, it would affect you in this career. So we also have some other skills you need to learn as a SOC analyst. You need to have knowledge of the SIM platforms, your Splunk, your QRadar, your Sentinel, your threat detection tools that you're going to be using, the Wireshark, the SNOT. You need to have idea about this, especially if you are going to be working in a SOC role. Then incident handling. How do you detect an incident? How do you analyze incident, logging, responding to this security? How are you going to be responding to security incident? Then your forensic basics, gathering and preserving evidence. Then also for application security, that's if you're going to that line, you need to know your vulnerability testing tools, the use of Bob Suite, the use of OWASP, ZAP, and the rest. Also, secure coding practices. How do you include security as a developer in your work? You need to understand the knowledge of secure development frameworks. And then compliance awareness, the OWASP 10 and PCI DSS. You need to have knowledge of all this. And then if you are looking in the line of cloud security, the basics, what do you know about cloud platform? What do you know about Azure? What do you know about AWS? What do you know about Google Cloud? You need to build your knowledge in this area, identity and access management. So you know what you want and you know the gap that you have. The best thing to do now is to start building your knowledge and skills in this place. And that's same thing for the governance, risks, and compliance. You need to know how to develop policy development, writing and implementing security policies. Next slide, please. And also risk assessment, identifying and mitigating risks, audit and compliance, aligning with frameworks like NIST, we have ISO, we have GDPR. Depending on where you are, if you're in Nigeria, we have NDPR too. So you need to have knowledge of all these frameworks that you are going to be using, how to develop, write a policy. And also penetration testing, you need to know how to use your Kali Linux, your Metasploit, your Mmap. You need to know how to use all these tools, especially if you have identified the fields that you want to work in. The best thing is just to build yourself and your skills in that area. And also report writing. I think report writing is in all fields, to be honest. And I was going to mention that again in the um, after talking about the soft skills, because when you do a security test, or when you do an analysis, or when you write a policy, or you are going to be writing. You are going to have to explain to management, especially you do a penetration test. You are going to have to be able to communicate or write a report to management on things, or your manager, on vulnerabilities that you have found, recommendation. You are going to be able to write to developers. Report writing is very much needed in all of these fields that I've spoken about. And then soft skills across areas. One day I tweeted that the one skill that is not mentioned of in cybersecurity is communication. Some people say, I want to be a hacker, I want to be a SOC analyst and everything. But you should be able to know how to communicate, because you are going to be talking with people. It's your fellow colleagues, your the developers, your manager, the management. You are going to be talking to a lot of people, so you should be able to explain technical issues, and to also explain technical issues to non-technical audiences. Then collaboration, you are going to be collaborating with a lot of teams. You are going to be collaborating with people in different fields. You can be collaborating with people in internal control, collaborating with people in rigs, collaborating with people in sales. You'll be talking with people in, even customers. So you should be able to know how to collaborate and work across each of these teams. And then adaptability, just being able to stay updated with emerging trends in cybersecurity. You cannot grow if you are not ready to learn. You are learning something every time. So you should be able to know that you have to keep yourself updated with whatever is happening, whatever new trend is going on. Now, I'm going to be talking about strategies that you need for career growth in cybersecurity. And the first thing I'm going to say is gain hands-on experience. And thankfully, we have this type of platform that we have. You need to be able to build yourself. You already know that you are coming into this field, and you need something for people to know that you know what you are doing. So it's better you build yourself, you develop hands-on experience on, especially with the tools that you're going to use. You set up home labs, you participate in CTF challenges, and just build yourself so that you gain hands-on experience, especially when you are in search of a job, when you're trying to look for how to enter into the field. Then also learn how to leverage learning resources. We have different learning platforms. We have Cybery, Coursera, Udemy, YouTube. You can find anything you're looking for on YouTube, tutorials, even Twitter, LinkedIn. You can leverage all these resources for you to learn. And then I always tell people to join communities, because communities will really, especially in this field, they'll really help you. It's in communities you get to hear the latest job opening. It's in communities you build people of similar people that are trying to get the same skill set, or people that are even better in the field. You connect with them through communities. You gain more knowledge through communities. So it is good that you join communities just to build yourself in this field. Then creating a portfolio. Most people don't know how to do this, don't know how to I put creating a portfolio in the same way I put documentation. Most people don't know how to document what they have done. And this is really important, especially if you're in search of a job. So being able to include projects that you have done shows an employer that, oh, this person knows what he's doing, or if at all this person is trainable, right? So be able to document what you have done at work, be able to include your project. You could write an article. Maybe you did set up maybe a phishing attack. You should be able to speak on it. Maybe even it's on Medium, even it's on LinkedIn, even it's on Twitter. Just document. People would not know what you are doing if you don't speak about it, right? Then network and find mentors. There's nothing like networking. Sometimes the door that you're looking for to open is in the next person. Is the key to that door is with the next person you connect with. So attend meetups, attend conferences, connect. Could be LinkedIn, could be Twitter space. Speak to people. People will not know that you want to live where you are at if you don't talk to them. Oh, I'm a project manager. I'm trying to get a role in cybersecurity. I would not know if you don't speak to me about it. I saw on Twitter someone was saying that, oh, she just spoke. She's works in the legal industry, and she was just like, oh, I spoke to my manager about my goals today, and there is a system admin opening in our organization, and the manager is going to help her get that sysadmin because she's looking for a foot in the door in switching to cybersecurity. If she had not spoken to her manager about it, she would not have gotten that opportunity. So speak to people, let people know what you're doing, let people be speak about your job, speak about what you are doing. That's the only way you get someone to help you, someone to guide you, someone to link you to the next opportunity. Someone can you'll just be in a this I'm just looking for an entry into this field. Um I'll be working as a risk analyst. I'm just looking. And someone just, oh, there's an opening in my firm, a cybersecurity opening for a risk analyst, and there you have it. You have a foot in the door to get a job. So speak up. Always talk to people. Now I'm going to be talking about overcoming challenges. No, the road is not going to be rosy. There'll be challenges there, and I just highlighted some challenges that could occur transitioning or trying to build a career in this field. And the first one is transitioning between roles. I started my career as a teacher. I do have a computer background, but I wanted to teach. I started as a teacher, and then I moved from teaching to to cloud actually, and then from cloud to my role in information security. Now, it could be very hard to get a job. Like it could you can just be looking for a breakthrough, if I can put it that way. And the best thing to do, what I would say in this place is while you are building your skill, be open-minded. Be open-minded and also be alert so that you don't miss an opportunity, so that you can see an opportunity, right? So when I worked in cloud, I actually applied to work as a cybersecurity analyst. And then resuming, I was placed in the cloud team. And I didn't know anything about cloud. I was like, what am I doing here? Why are you putting me in cloud? I don't want this. I want cybersecurity. That was in my mind though. But the first day I went there, when they told me I was in cloud, I didn't actually fight it. And just being with the team, I discovered that I could learn something. I needed a foot in the door, right? This was my opportunity. And then I started the job role. And to be honest, I'm grateful for that opportunity now, because I don't think that I would have gotten my role in cybersecurity without that cloud knowledge, because I know that putting that on my CV was one of the reasons why they hired me. Putting that I had a cloud experience was one of the people, because they were looking for people that could work as cloud security analysts, right? So be open. You're transitioning. Be open. Be open to opportunities that might come. It could be help desk role. You don't have a job and you see a help desk role. Take it, right? You are building skills, and these skills would help you in your role in cybersecurity. So why don't you take it, right? And start from there. So the next one is building a supportive network and finding mentors. I told you, community is the type of community that you have. It would really help you in this field. When you have a supportive network, it would really help you, especially And this will link to my next one, especially when you need to stay motivated. If you're around the right people, that would push you, that would support you, it would keep you in your journey, especially and when you are when you need to learn, or when you are very when you're about to give up. Having the right set of friends, having the right set of people in your network would really help you, really push you. For example, you are preparing for for an exam. Imagine if you are in a study group with people that are also preparing for that same exam. So they are seeing resources they are sending to you. You are lazy to read. You have accountability partners that are going to push you. Okay, you have these exams to write, why don't you go and write it? So it's very important that you build a supportive network and find the right mentor. You see someone in the field that you think could be a perfect mentor for you, you can reach out to the person, speak to the person. And yeah, so staying, I also spoke about staying motivated through continuous learning. You always need to learn something new almost every day. So always try to continue learning. Look for resources. You should know how to Google. You can't be asking questions every time. How do I do this? Know how to search for answers by yourself too, right? Also, I'm just going to take a like just to break the ice here and ask, what do you think the biggest cybersecurity threat today is? If you can write your comments in the comment section. What do you think the biggest cybersecurity threat today is? Is it phishing attack? Is it ransomware? Is it insider threat or risks or weak password? Okay, I can see insider threat, insider threat. Yeah. Okay. So the answer to that question is phishing attack. And I know a lot of people will put insider threat because, of course, this is people are you cannot trust anybody. In cybersecurity, you have something that we call um, zero trust. You don't know what another person is thinking, right? So insider threat, yes, this is when we talk about insider threat, it involves like employees or contractors misusing access to harm the organization. It could be intentional, it could be malicious or unintentional. But the answer to that question is actually phishing. And because in the in the last few years, we've seen how phishing attack has been able to providing trick users into providing sensitive information. Yes, the person that said human error, you're actually correct. All these are human error. So, someone sending a message to you that urgent, please, not even please, your account is about to be blocked. Please, not how am I even using please? Your account is about to be blocked. Use click this link to send your account number, your PIN, and this thing, and make it very urgent, right? And then you are scared, right? You're scared or I don't want my account to be there, and you click the link and you provide your details. That person has already have access to your information and is going to, and it just don't just happen with one person. It happens in organization. Phishing attacks are sent to employees to try to get their password, and from there, or customers of an organization, and then get their sensitive information. It could be through email, it could be through calls, it could be through text, or even a fake website, and then they get their sensitive information, and then they are attacked. So the answer to that would be phishing attack. And then the person that said human error, the person is absolutely correct, although that's not in the option. Human error is responsible for like 88% of data breaches that occur. That's why they said in cybersecurity, the weakest link is people. And that's why there is a need to always create this awareness, always train people about cybersecurity attack, about security, being safe, and cyber threat. So you don't know who is around you and is interested in what you are doing. So try and always be guarded. Next slide, please. So I'm just going to give my closing thoughts. And the first thing is cybersecurity is a rewarding field with endless opportunities for growth. There are so many. I showed you so many roles in cybersecurity, and there are so many things that you can. So many areas you can transfer your skills to, even if you're not in the field now, even if you're in a non-technical role. We're emphasizing this because there are so many people that are looking for ways to transition. Your skills are very much right, and it's very rewarding. I'll also say stay curious, adaptable, and persistent, especially when you want to get started. You need to be curious, you need to be able to adapt, you need to be able to learn about new skills or new technologies that are in place. I need to be persistent because the attackers are also persistent. The attackers are also learning new things. Before, it would take a while maybe to develop a script to hack, but now with tools, even novice can get these tools and attack your organization. So you need to be on top of your game, right? Then take a course, join a community, attend a cash flag, attend an event, right? It's important you build yourself so that when you are in, for example, you're in an interview and they're asking you questions and you're not able to answer the questions, how do you prove to your employee that you know what you're doing, or you are really serious or passionate about this area? Take a course. There are free courses, especially in this field. You see people posting resources, free courses, sometimes free vouchers for exam. Take advantage of this. And the only way you can even hear about these opportunities is if you are in communities that talk about it. That's why I say join a community, right? And the best way to predict your future is to create it. Sometimes you can be so lost and be like, oh, I don't know how my future looks like. I don't know or what I stand to gain if I'm in a particular field. But you can create it by building that skills that you need to, by networking. You don't know what the future will, but you can create the future that you want for yourself by just open your mind to learning and connecting with the right people. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Favor, for that wonderful session. I believe everyone on this call has gained, something awesome from this, from strategies to adopt when it comes to starting out in cybersecurity, different roles in cybersecurity, how to thrive in cybersecurity, the major threats in cybersecurity. And I love the fact that people responded to your poll regarding that, from human error to insider threats and the like. So it's so great to have everybody engaging as Favor was, presenting and sharing from her wealth of knowledge. So once again, Favor, thank you so much for being on this with us. It was a great pleasure having you. So guys, again, like I said, we have an amazing offer for you towards the end of this session, and I am glad that you guys stayed till this point. So while Favor was talking and referring to how you can get a job in cybersecurity, one of the things that she listed, in fact, that was the first thing on her slide, and that's gaining experience. And I believe she's in sync with what Amdari is doing, because let's face the reality. It's just a known fact. When it comes to landing your first job in tech, you need experience. The tech world has to do with evidence, right? It might work in some industries where you just say, oh, I have learned this, and then they'll just, take your word for it and employ you. But the tech space is just what it is, right? You need to show proof. If I apply to a job, for example, and I say, oh, I'm a software engineer, and I don't have a proof of maybe a landing page I built ever, trust me, that company would not hire me. And starting on my career, right, in tech, I also started with internship. Immediately I was done with my training, I knew that I needed to jump on an internship opportunity. And then I applied. right? So it's very important to understand the place of experience and the role it plays when it comes to helping you get a job. And this is where Amdari is helping a lot of tech professionals. I've said this earlier, right? We apply to jobs, we wonder why we are not being called back. Our CV is not either reflecting what it is supposed to reflect, right? And it's important we are very sincere with ourselves. If there is a problem, the next thing is you identify it. After identifying it, try to solve it. There is no need to wonder why or why is it persistent and all of that, right? So for people who have questions for Favor, please type it in the chat, right? Because I would be attending to them as I proceed with my explanation. And if you would love to get the recording of this session, please, my colleague is dropping a link for you. My colleague Tomiwa is dropping a link in the chat. If you would love to get the recording of this session and what things that Favor has spoken about in the course of the session, it would be great, like I said, for you to fill in the form and you get the recording, including the slide from this presentation today. So just fill it in. And if you have any question for Favor, I don't see a question yet. So if you have any, please feel free to type. I'll attend to you. And if it's if you would like to speak again, I'll attend to you towards the end of this session. So when it comes to working, landing your first job, you need to show proof that you've applied the skill you've learned. How do you show proof? We have two valid ways for you to be able to show proof, right? And that is when you've worked on projects and when you have interned and worked on tasks with the company that hired you. Now you have a company you've impacted. There is a real value here, right? And you most likely will have a measurable impact that reflects on your CV, which equals curiosity for the employer. Imagine on your CV, you have something like, I was able to help the company increase their revenue by 30%. As an employer, reading your CV and seeing that key line, my attention would be called. I would be curious. Okay, you increased a company's revenue by 30%. How were you able to achieve this? I want to know. How can we work together, right? How can we work together to see how you were able to achieve this and how you can achieve this for us as well? I'd want to hear from you. And when it comes to applying, you're not all about, you should not think that the goal for you is to impress the employer. Because at the end of the day, you can achieve that and still not get the job. Imagine being in the job market, applying for a job with a lot of other job seekers like yourself. And of course, you're able to wow them with the projects you've worked on. But another person has been able to impress them as well. It doesn't change their perception about you. The fact that they feel you're amazing doesn't still change. But they've seen someone that has like an edge. Maybe this person has interned, has made some impact on businesses. But in your case, maybe it's just the certificate you have and you were able to also impress them during the interview. Of course, yeah, he says he can, work with these tools and all. Yeah, maybe, but there is another person with an experience, right? And I'm impressed by what that person has done so far. I think we should proceed with this person. It's important to always know that it's a competition, right? That's why they call it a competitive job market. It's a competition. So it's not really about you and the employer, it's about you, the employer, and the people in the job market. You need to outperform everybody. You need to take total advantage. And Amdari helps you take total advantage with our career experience internship. This career experience internship brings you in contact with our business partners. So you are not working on random projects. You are not working on practice projects. You are working on real world business problem, right? And in turn, your solution to this problem equals impact on that business, a positive impact on that business, which anybody would love to see on your CV when you're trying to get a job, right? So when you enroll in an internship at Amdari, for example, and we pair you with our business partners, okay, this is the company you'll be working with for your first project, and you definitely get to have a team. Now, your team is where you get to work collaboratively. So that collaborative team spirit, that collaborative work environment, you can only get it in the real world sense. You can't get it when you're working on projects, self-paced, in isolation, right? And one thing I always tell people, when learning, you need to adopt the different modes of learning. Learning cannot be done by watching videos alone or tutorials or self-paced courses. That alone cannot help you get to your destination on time, right? So you need to go together with other people, and then you need to follow the people who have walked the path. In, if we say it loosely, we would say follow who know road, right? So Amdari, for example, is that person who knows road because it's a collective, you know, idea of people who have been in the position you are right now, and they know what recruiters want. They've been in the position of recruiters, and also, so we have been able to, come up with our experience and put it together and say, okay, we've gone through this. We see what people have been through when it comes to getting a job, right? And we want you to not have to experience that long hassle of applying and reapplying and reapplying and wondering, okay, why am I not getting the job? We have been in that position, and that's why we've put together Amdari, like I said. So learning by doing is a much faster way to learn. When you watch tutorials, when you watch self-paced videos and all of that, you might always feel like a beginner. You will always feel like a beginner, because at what point do you get to learn with another person in a group? Right? At what point do you get to learn from another person's wealth of knowledge? The fact that you're on the same level with this person doesn't mean this person is not exposed to certain information that you might not have. And when Favor was doing her presentation, she mentioned something very important: the power of networking, the power of having somebody who can mention you in another room. How do you meet people in your network? I mean, professionals that are doing the same thing, that are walking the same path that you are trying to start, if you don't expose yourself to communities or programs that will give you access to these people. Because I see these people as gold as well, right? If I'm able to have this person in my network, that person in my network, you don't know where a recommendation will come from. And the fastest way to get a job in tech is through recommendation, because if the person vouching for you and recommending you is someone who is, who is very relevant in the organization or something, you might get a faster route to landing that job. You might even skip some of the steps or the processes or procedures, and then you just, from recommendation, you just move to the founder, they interview you, they're impressed. You don't even have to submit your CV in some cases. How do you meet this type of people? I have met people from my internship program to my first job after my internship who have impacted my life greatly and have recommended me from this step to this step to this step, right? So the power of networking and the people in your network cannot be overemphasized. And when it comes to networking, again, we feel, oh, it's competitive. I mean, we are all cybersecurity experts, we are all data analysts. Is it not? If I've gotten my job, am I going to hold the other jobs available? No. So if I know someone or there's an opening in my company, right, then I will definitely recommend you. Amdari internship gives you access to people like yourself, people who are in the UK, US, Canada, and even Nigeria and other parts of Africa. And if you see this caller, so you notice that we have people from different locations from UK. That's how you get to expand your network, right? So that community spirit is there. You get it with the internship. You get mentored by an industry leading expert as well. So now back to how the internship works. You get the business problem from the company, that's our partners, right? You get to work together as a team, brainstorm, come up with a solution to the problem that you have been given. And I'll show you the case study shortly for cybersecurity and for data as well, right? You come together as a team, you brainstorm, you arrive at a solution to this problem. And after you have done that, you present your solution to the stakeholder. Once you present your solution to the stakeholder, please confirm that you can still hear me. Just give me a thumbs up. You can still hear. Okay, thank you. All right. So you present your solution to the stakeholder. Once you present your solution to the stakeholder, that is how you impact their business. Remember, you are presenting a solution. So if it's not a solution yet, even your team lead would not allow you to present it yet. So it's not a solution that is worth presenting to the stakeholders. So you have a team lead. This is me telling you that you have a supervisor. This is the middle person between you and the stakeholders. That's the company that you're working with, right? It's at the point of, sorry, please. It's at the point of presenting your case study that you interact with the stakeholders, and at the point where they are telling you the business problem, right? That's stages where you interact with these companies and their staff members. That's the, the leadership team that you're expected to report to. When you present your solution, that automatically means impact. Remember, I said it will not even be approved for presentation if it is not seen as a solution worth sharing with the stakeholders yet. So as long as you've shared it, you've presented your solution, it equals business impact for them. And business impact means you have been able to impact a business positively. This is a bragging right for you. This is something you want to see reflect on your CV, and this is something you want to see reflect on your LinkedIn. Now, reflecting on your CV and reflecting on your CV and LinkedIn is what we mean by revamping your CV. So we are not just going to put random things on your CV. No, we are not just going to put things we believe are nice to see, things that are nice to hear. We know these things. We know metrics need to be there. We know impact needs to be there, but we don't want to say things you didn't do, right? We want you to do it, and then we want to have it on your CV. So as you're doing it, you're having it on your CV. You can defend it. You can talk about it. If anyone on this call joined our weekend webinar, we brought interns from our program who shared their experience, and they kept going on and on about the current problems they are solving, the businesses they've worked with. And one key thing that one of the interns mentioned, in fact, I think the two of them, the companies they've worked with so far since starting this internship in November have been in two different locations, one in Ireland, one in the UK, right? These companies are located across the UK, US, and Canada. So your experience is an international experience. Now, why is this important? We have people who join us from the UK, like I said, and one of the major problems for them when it comes to getting their first job is when I apply to companies in the UK, they will tell me they want an experience with a UK company. They want to see if I have worked with a UK company. And like I said, we create these opportunities for you. We have these business partners. We can make this happen. And then we started Amdari, right? So their CV is automatically going to reflect the UK companies they've worked with. It's going to reflect their UK experience, their Canadian experience, their US experience. So you're not putting things that are not factual on your CV, and you can defend everything you say, right? And another thing is, he mentioned needing a recommendation letter for his he's applying for a program, I think a scholarship, or to advance his learning, I think master's or doctorate or so. And the school needs a reference letter. Thankfully, he has started the internship, right? And the reference letter came in handy. Now, this international work reference letter is for 2 years. By the way, Amdari is a company registered in Canada, right? So we are based in Canada. So your work experience is an international work experience, and the reference letter reflects on all of this. And it's a reference letter that just attests to the fact that yes, you've gained this experience. Yes, you've impacted businesses the way you said you have, as you have it on your CV. Yes, the experience you gained is actually for real. So you're not making things up. So it's 100% all-encompassing, 100% industry standard. And again, like I said, we know what the industry needs. That's why we started Amdari. We've walked the path. We know what's important, right? So we make sure that you become a total package. So all this reflecting on your CV, your revamp, which reflects impact, right? Your LinkedIn optimization, the interview, the work reference letter that you get, the mock sessions, interview prep sessions, and mock sessions. So the prep session is like an info session. This is what you need to know. This is how you prepare for an interview. This is how you approach an interview. Now, the mock session is where you get to really, really practicalize it, right? So we bring an HR expert in, and then you have this role play with them. You talk about the experience, you defend things, and you answer questions as though you are really in an interview, right? And we give you feedback so that you can improve and get better. And then we have a job board. Now, this job board gives you access to a lot of remote jobs every day on Amdari. So with Amdari, you don't have to go to LinkedIn to know what company is hiring today, Indeed, and all of that. Amdari specializes on remote jobs. We love ease, and we believe that everybody working in tech should experience ease. right? And I know how a lot of people are always looking for remote jobs. In fact, if you've not moved to the UK, US, or Canada, and you're still in Nigeria and you're looking to work with companies in that location, Amdari Remote Job Board gives you access to that. And I'll show you that in a bit, right? So the Remote Job Board fetches jobs from all of these platforms that you see on my screen. So you don't need to travel to all of these platforms to get a job and apply. Just come to Amdari. And whether you're a cybersecurity analyst, product manager, HR analyst, financial analyst, data engineer, project manager, I've mentioned that, business analyst, data analyst, any of these 8 career paths, whichever one you are, your job is posted on Amdari platform across UK, US, and Canada. And you can apply anytime, right? Anytime. And we encourage our interns to apply to at least 5 jobs in a day. Because for us at Amdari, success means you getting job offers, you getting, advancement, major advancement, right? So when you start your internship at Amdari, we assign ourselves automatically to be your accountability partner. We chase after you to make sure that quality, you get it. Even when you're being absent, we are after the fact that, okay, you paid for this for a reason. You need to get value. So yes, we understand you have your 9 to 5. That's why we mentioned it's flexible. So you're expected to dedicate at least 2 to 4 hours in a day to the program. You have your daily stand-up with your team lead, your supervisor, and your team, right? So for some programs and your team, it depends. So it can be every day, it can be 3 times in a week, it can be 2 times in a week. But Slack communication is daily. That's where you interact every time with your peers, right? With your team and everybody. For your meetings, your daily stand-up can now be 3 times in a week, can be 2 times in a week. Of course, I know that doesn't mean daily anymore. So, but yeah, can be 3 times in a week or 2 times in a week, right? So it depends on your agreement with your team. Yeah. So after you have done that, the next important thing for you to understand and note is the need for the need for a centralized portfolio. So first, before we get to that part of portfolio, working as an intern at Amdari exposes you to 6 to 8 projects. This is 6 to 8 different business cases, companies that you have worked with, right? So it can be 2 UK companies, 3 Canadian companies, 3 US companies, like that, right? So that's 6 to 8 experiences across these companies. It's very immersive. It's all encompassing. I mentioned the cross-functional team spirit that happens because if you're working as a cybersecurity expert, it's possible you interact with software engineers. It's very possible, right? Because I mean, what system are you protecting? It's a website, right? It's a digital product you're protecting. So you need to interact with these guys. As data professionals, for example, a data analyst would need data to even start with. Who comes up, who fetches this data using their pipeline and everything? Data engineers. That's how cross-functional team spirit works. The same thing for project managers who are interning with us. They work with UI UX designers, software engineers, and business analysts. The business analysts working as interns at Amdari also experience the same thing. So there is that cross-functional team. I was speaking to someone who wanted to enroll for, now the person is enrolled. She wanted to enroll for our internship program, and she asked me this question. She said, I want to enroll for, I've been learning and I feel like I am still a beginner. So I don't think this internship is for me. And I said, why do you think you're a beginner? She said, because she's been watching videos and she feels there is still more to learn. I said, how long have you been watching videos and learning? She said, it's been over 2 years that she's been, watching, practicing and everything. And I said, to be a project manager, right? She said, yes. Then I said, you want to be a project manager. You need to manage a project. You need to manage people. How do you manage a project when you don't have a company you're working with that has an actual project? Now, you can come up with a project. How do you have a team if you don't have a company that provides you with this team, like software engineers, UI UX designers, business analysts that will even gather the requirements? Who do you want to manage? So your experience, right, the knowledge would always feel like it's not there yet. So if you don't change your mode of learning, you would always feel like a beginner. So you need to switch it up. Right? So the team collaboration is one of the things that helps to achieve this, right? Now, once you've been able to gather all this, we help you with your CV revamp. With this actual experience you've gained, your LinkedIn is optimized, with this actual experience. Then you have mentorship sessions with industry-leading experts. First, field-specific mentors, and then soft skills. By field-specific, I mean a cybersecurity mentor, a data science mentor, a data analytics mentor, right? Then soft skill like global opportunities mentor, stakeholder management mentor, interview preparation mentor, people who just give you all of the things that you need to know. So it's not one mentor across, it's specific mentors with their own area of strength and aspects that they can talk about at length, right? Then we have the interview preparation session, which I talked about, the mock interview, access to the remote job board that I just showed us, and the online portfolio builder, right? So if you want to jump on the Amdari internship, the next one is coming up on the 8th of February. So you want to jump on it as fast as possible. Now, I've been talking about the internship and how it works. So let me quickly show you the tab. Now, the tools that we use in the course of this internship, they are the tools where you get assigned your task from the company that we are partnering with. That's Google Classroom. That's where you get to see the task. So this is for cybersecurity, for example, right? And this is the first project they are working on. Now, you work on projects using this particular platform, right? Which is Classroom. That's where you get to see the project you have to work on. You use Slack to communicate with your team. And then you use Google Meet to have your stand-up, right? Now, this is a project for the cybersecurity experts that we have on board. And this project is from this company, Swift Logistics Solution, yeah? And this company is a small to medium enterprise specialization. It's a small to medium price enterprise, rather, specializing in supply chain management and logistics, right? So before I even dive into that, you can see that the specialization is digital forensics. The business focus is logistics and supply chain. This is the industry. And then the tools that you'll be using as an intern, if you jump on this cybersecurity internship, would be the Wireshark, Splunk, and Autopsy. Now we give you the business introduction, so you understand the business and their industry, and then we tell you about the problem they are facing, which is this, right? They have this temporarily locked, they've temporarily locked their system, causing delivery delays during peak hours and all of it. So this is a business problem. That's just one of it, right? And then we tell you about the project overview. We tell you about the project workflow, right? So what you do in week 1, what you do in week 2, what you do in week 3. Mind you, this internship is for 6 months. So this is just a project for 3 weeks. And that means you've worked with this company and impacted them, because at the end of your week 3, you have to present to the stakeholders, right? It's immersive. So we want you to gather so much experience in just a short while. And I mean, it's possible. We typically have one job and then we have another freelance job that we're doing. So it's always very easy to, balance these things. So that's what this experience gives you. So in case you're like, oh, how can I balance all of this? Right. So you can actually. So there is also the aspect of the requirements and everything. This is how this internship exposes you. Let me show us one for data analyst, for example. Let's say we want to select a particular project. So let me just take a look at this. So this is customer analytics, for example. So it talks about the task for the interns, right? They have to identify the accounts opened as students. It's also going to introduce them to the business. If I want to open this particular project, let's just see it briefly, right? Let's just see it briefly. Okay, so this project will introduce them to the company, right? Now, this company's name is first of the key learning points. This is the key learning points for this project. Database querying with SQL, query optimization, etc. Right? So business introduction, Nova Trust Bank. Now, this is another business that our interns are working with. And that's how it goes on and on. We introduce you to the business, the problem they are having, and then the rationale, the project overview, the data description, because you'll be working with provided data sets from these companies, right? It's confidential. You're meant to just, because it's a confidential interaction. Okay. Then you have the tech stack, SQL Server Express, SQL Server Management Studio, and Power BI. This is the tech stack that you get to work with during the course of you working on this project. So this is how this particular internship exposes data professionals, cybersecurity analysts, HR analysts, data engineers, data scientists to have this major experience, right? As I said earlier, So back to the slide I was sharing. So to jump internship, enrollment is currently ongoing. The slots are currently limited, right? We actually have 10 more slots available. It's no longer 20 slots. It was 20 as at I think 3 days ago. Now it's 10 slots available, and we have a discount going on. So what's the fee of this internship? It is 450. Actually, that's the discounted price. The original price is 600. So this particular discount will end in 3 days. Today 17th, it's ending on 20th. And you just get to secure your spot with just $90 because you can pay in 5 installments. So if you spread the 450 across 5 months, you get to pay $90 every month. This is a perfect investment because imagine getting a job during or after this internship. Like the price you're paying is nothing compared to what's coming after you've gotten your job. The internship is for 6 months. Sorry, the internship is for 6 months, and you have access to exclusive job board dimension, which I'll show you, online portfolio builder. I'll show you a portfolio website of ours as well. You can import your projects from previous work and everything like that. You can have it on the platform. It's that easy, right? And we revamp your CV, you get international work preference letter and all of that. Now, how do you apply for this internship? It is very, very simple. I'll drop a link. I think my colleague is already dropping it. Yes. So my colleague has dropped the link. So when you click on that particular link, you are redirected to this page where you can select the program that you want to enroll for. Yeah. So let me just show you the page. So you click on the link that my colleague just dropped, right? And you're brought to this page. So you can select any career path that applies to you. If you want to intern as a data analyst, intern as a data scientist, intern as a data engineer, just click on any of these, or cybersecurity analyst. You can see all this. Just click on one. Let's say I want to intern as a cybersecurity analyst, and I click on that, right? So the page is currently loading. And I click on that. Sorry, please. Let me quickly switch my lights. All right. So, and I click on that. So once you click on that, the next thing you get to do is switch to what's it called? Let me just switch my tab quickly. Just a minute. All right. So the page is loading. All right. Okay. So just click on this. Like I said, once you click on this, you're redirected to this page. Okay. I don't think I'm sharing that page yet. All right. So just click on this particular once you click on it, you're redirected to this page. And once you're redirected to this page, you can see the pricing for $50. You can pay in 5 installments, right? You can pay in 5 installments, or you can pay in 4 installments, 3 installments, and as you can see it here, right? So once you have it there, just select any of that pricing, right? And as soon as you select any of that pricing, click on secure spot, and you pay 5 times, right? Every month you pay 5 times. It's so easy, right? It's very easy to subscribe for the program, right? So feel free to jump on this by clicking on the link that my colleague has dropped, like I mentioned. So quickly, yeah, so click on the link that my colleague has dropped, and once you click on that link, you will be given access to the platform, right? So okay, don't know why my camera is not coming on. All right, so let me just try that again. Okay. All right, I think it's coming on now. Okay, sorry, I'm using a different camera. Just a minute, please. All right, so once you click on it, right, just feel free to enroll for the internship. If you'll be enrolling for this internship, please give me a thumbs up. Just give me a thumbs up. This is an internship program you'll be jumping on. Please give me a thumbs up. Like I said, it's a perfect investment for yourself and your career, and it's something that you should jump on as soon as possible. So give me a thumbs up if you would be jumping on this internship program as soon as possible. I'm not seeing hands raised. I'm not seeing thumbs up. So okay, well done, Kenneth. That's great to see. So if you'll be jumping on this internship, you know this internship is perfect for you. It's what you've always wanted. It's what you've always needed. Just give me a thumbs up. I only see Kenneth's hand up. Are we saying that we don't need this internship program? Amazing. Are we saying we don't need this internship program? So one major thing that people always ask is, oh, it's an internship program. Why do I have to pay for it? I mentioned earlier the need for experience and how organizations would typically say if you don't have experience, we cannot hire you. You are entry level, we want 1 to 2 years experience. To be very honest, initially Amdari set out to place people on internship, paid internships, right? But we realized that the more we try to place people on internship, the more we get things like, oh, we have opening for just one person. We can take one person, we can take two people, but we're not going to pay. We can take one person, but we're not going to pay. Or, oh, we can only pay stipend to cover for data and all of that. And when it comes to the day that this person is supposed to get started, the next thing we will be hearing is, oh yeah, we know that we said we'll be taking one person and all of that. But actually, the other thing here is we don't think we have the resources to take an intern right now. So as a result of that, can we, maybe consider this person next time? Can we consider that person next time? And it was creating little room, little space for more people. This was challenging, right? Because how many people, if we say we are here to create a solution and we come up with something that is not sustainable in the long run, then how many people can we really give access to, right? So that's why we started the program in this manner. So this way, we are able to take more people and we can partner with our business partners to make sure that, okay, can you trust us with your business problem? And we will work with interns to make sure that we provide solution. With our guidance, of course, we would work with this intent, but we just want to create access for as many people as possible. So if you would love to secure your spot, the discount is currently ongoing and you don't want to miss this discount. Trust me. So click on the link that my colleague is dropping, which I would also drop for you right now, and secure your spot. So I'll be taking questions now because I see hands up. So I think I see a question for Favor earlier. So Olawale says, Favor talked about joining communities as data scientists. How or which communities am I supposed to join? We have a community at Amdari. My colleague is going to drop a link to that community. You can join that. We have a very big community of over 8,000 data professionals. Trust me, you can join that community. The internship program also has another exclusive community, and it's a better and fast-paced community for you to fast-track your career. So you can start with joining them. It's a very, very big community of data professionals, like I said. Okay, so Hustle Hot says, I have learned from free courses without certification. What should I do? So Hustle Hot, your major concern shouldn't be certifications, to be honest, right? Like I said, we have different modes of learning. The most important thing is evidence. These professionals want to see evidence and proof that you can do the job. How do you have this evidence? How do you have this proof that you can do the job, right? The best way to have this evidence that you can do the job is to actually gain experience. So the skills and certificates is not enough to get you the job. Oh, I have learned it. Oh, this is my certificate. It's not enough. Trust me, I personally don't even have certificates from courses. Immediately I was done learning, I just jump on experience because that's the next thing for me. I need experience. I need a proof that I can do this job, and I need to show employers that I am that person for that job, right? So you might want to jump on this as well. I want to be sure we don't. Okay, I think that's all the questions that we have. All right, great. So do we have any hand up? I think we have about, okay, one. Hi, Ali. How are you doing today? You can unmute yourself and ask your question. Okay?
I'm actually trying to give them access to the microphone. Just a minute.
Oh, all right, that's fine.
Ali, you can unmute now.
Yeah, good evening. Good evening.
All right, hi, Ali. Good evening.
Yeah, how are you?
Fine, thank you. How about you?
I'm okay, thank you. I enjoyed this class. I enjoyed it so much. I've been having interest in this particular course, cybersecurity. I've been thinking how to go into it because I love it. And so the question I asked there is, can't we pay in naira? Because I'm seeing that it's in dollar,
Okay.
why we're in
Okay.
Nigeria.
Okay. Yes, yes. So you can pay in Naira. So you can see my screen at this top, right? When you
Yes.
click, just, yeah, so it will give you a drop down of different currencies. So just
Okay.
select the one that applies to you. So I'll just
Okay.
select Naira. You can also search, you can just click here and type Naira. It will bring it up. So once it brings it up, sorry, please. Once it brings it up, you can see it here. So you can pay in 5 installments. First installment 160, so you just keep paying like that. So you can pay in Naira, definitely, and you pay 5 times. So that's 5 months of payment. So it, even Ghana cities, you can pay if you're in Ghana, you can pay from any location. Just select the pricing that applies to you. All
Okay.
right.
All right. Thank you. And my last
All right.
question.
Thank you, Ali. Okay.
How can I join the community for the
Okay.
cybersecurity? Yeah.
Okay, please, yeah, my colleague will drop the links. We have the community as well. She'll drop the links for you to join our community, and you'd have access to information, resources, and all of that. So she'll drop the link
All
to
right.
join the community. And please, if you've not filled the attendance form, it would be great for you to do so, because we'd also send you links to this session as well. All right.
Okay. All right. Thank you so
All
much.
right. Yeah. Hi, Abba.
Hi, good evening. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Good evening. Please proceed.
Yeah, good evening. Good evening. Yeah, so my question is about the internship for the cybersecurity. So the question is, the internship, is he specific to a branch of cybersecurity or cybersecurity as a whole? Because you have the pen testers, you have the SOC analysts, you have the GRC. So is the internship going to be based on individual branch of cybersecurity, or is it just going to be general cybersecurity?
All right, thank you very much for that question. We actually get this question a lot. So first, it's for everybody who falls under the cybersecurity career path, whether it's SOC, whether it's GRC, any of the career, any of the specializations, right, under cybersecurity. Now, the good part is we love to get to know our audience naturally, and you know that at the start of the session, even I still ask to know who, what we do, what our career path, and all of that. So we always bear that in mind. We know that cybersecurity has different aspects of specialization. So with that in mind, we tailor
Mhm.
your project to cater to all these aspects, right? So it's definitely for everybody under cybersecurity, but bear in mind that you'll be working on tasks and for organizations that would need your, expertise as a SOC analyst or GRC specialized person and all of that. And we currently have some people under SOC. I think the current internship has about 3 or 4 of them, and we have for GRC as well. So yeah, we cover for all that.
Right. All right. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Okay, let me see if we have any other hand up. I think that's okay, yeah, I think that's the last hand up. So I wouldn't want to take too much of our time, guys. It's been a very, very long days and session, right? So if you've had a great time with us today, please give me a thumbs up. I would love to see that. And guys, please, if you love to secure your spot, the time to do that is now, right? You can pay 5 times. And I've shown you the different ways that you can benefit from the Amdari platform. And so that it's not just me saying these things, right? Let me show you the job board, our almighty job board, and the portfolio website. You can add your projects. It doesn't have to be projects you worked on Amdari. You can add external projects to your portfolio. It's like your own personal website. And let me show you that. It's like your personal website where you get to add your portfolio, your work experience, the number of tools you're proficient in, all of that, right? So look at this, for example. These are jobs posted a couple of days ago. So you can see, if I click on cybersecurity, let me click on cyber. I'm not even done typing, and it has brought it up, right? So you can see senior cybersecurity engineer. It's in Texas, right? This one is in Phoenix. This one is in Colorado. and it's remote. Every job on Amdari is remote. You can see the salary range for this role. The roles that don't have salary range, they are those ones that the companies did not add the salary range, right? So this is how you have it on Amdari. Let me click on data analyst. So before you're even done typing, like I said, it will bring it up. You can see data analyst role. Every role on Amdari website is remote. Every role on Amdari website is remote. So you can apply to as many of these jobs as you want in a day. And it's all, you have access to it for free just by being an intern. And then I talked about the portfolio website. Now, the portfolio website does everything a portfolio website does or should do. And the good thing is you don't get to maintain this website by needing, because I know naturally you know how much it's going to cost to set up a website that showcases your skills, right? You can add your picture to this portfolio website, add your job role and the company you work in. This is my portfolio website. All this pen icon is just to indicate that I can edit because it's my account, right? If you share this with anybody, of course, they won't be able to edit it, but it's just because this is my account. So this is my role. This is the company I work for. And that's how you get to edit every point of your CV, right? And when you come here, you can see my name. And when you click on contact me, these are the details. Like this is all my details. So that's how you can easily have your information on your portfolio and share. So the tools I'm proficient in, my contact details, the projects I have worked on, my work experience, my education, all of that. Then when you come here, this is the major portfolio website now, right? So just give it a minute. All right. So this is the portfolio website, right? You can edit it. It says, hi, I am Tori Samson, a data engineer from Nigeria. How do you set up this portfolio website? It's just like filling a Google form. You just fill a form and your portfolio website is automatically generated. Like just fill one single form and your portfolio website is generated. That's how easy it is for you to generate a portfolio. So you don't need to drag and drop. You don't need to do anything. Just fill a form, input your name, your phone number, your picture. That is all, right? And everything else is generated for you. And when it's generated, you can edit other parts if you want to suit your taste, right? So you can see work experience. You can see these are just collected as form questions. Trust me, even about you is collected as form question. You just type all of that and your website is built. And it's easy to share. Right, you can see this scroller is saying you're available for work, and this website is shareable with recruiters. And I'll show you how to share that just in a bit. You can see all the projects. So imagine as a cybersecurity expert, you've worked on certain projects and you get to showcase it here, like everything regarding that. You get to add your specialization. So whether you're a SOC analyst, GRs, any aspect of cybersecurity or data profession, any aspect of the specialization that you have, you list it. You list your tools. You list your skills and your experience where you've worked in the past. You can easily edit. You can see it right here. I can edit this one and save. It says update experience. You can add a new one by clicking on this plus icon. Once you click it, it's empty and you get to just add it, right? So it's that easy to edit your profile on Amdari. And your contact details are here again, Twitter, LinkedIn, and all that. So it's so easy to update your details on Amdari. And this X icon here and LinkedIn icon here, they are all linked to my account. So I can easily just share this and a recruiter will check me out on LinkedIn, check me out on X and all that. Now, another good part is it's so easy to share. Once you click on that share icon, let me click on that again. This one, once you click on it, you can share on X, Facebook, LinkedIn, or WhatsApp. Or you can just copy this by clicking this tiny icon here. This is your URL, this one here. Just click on this, it copies it. You can put it in your CV that you're about to use in applying for that job. Or you can just send it to a recruiter on LinkedIn or on WhatsApp, wherever the recruiter is and you're communicating, you can share it with them. And what they see is your website. Like your website is what they see. They don't see how to edit it, of course, like all these edit icons, and they won't see the sidebar. But everything else on this page, everything else apart from how to edit it, that they don't get to see. They see your portfolio overview, they see your project, which is right here. If I click on project, it takes me to this page where I can see my project. They see your project, they see the tools you're proficient in, your skills, and how they can contact you. That's how easy it is to have your portfolio set up on Amdari. So these are like the ways that we are using Amdari to help you become a total package. That was why I said, when I say portfolio, I am not just making things up. When I say job board, I am not just making things up. We have this on Amdari. Once you sign up for the internship and you sign up on the Amdari website, you just have access to this. Just fill a form and that's it, right? So yeah, so if you're excited about this opportunity and would be jumping on it as soon as possible, give me a thumbs up. All right, and don't forget, the link to enroll is here on the screen again. All right, thank you very much, Ego. The link to enroll. So my colleague has dropped it. So let me just drop it one more time. So my colleague has dropped the link. So please feel free, just like I showed you, just click on it, select any career path you want to intern as, whether it's cybersecurity, data science, data analytics, any one of that, and feel free to, make your first installment payment. The discount is ending on 20th, so you want to secure your spots already, and you can make the remaining installments across the remaining 4 months, right? And yeah, that's just it. And by the end of your 6 months, you'll be glad you took this step. Okay, it's the start of the year. I think there's no better time to jump on an opportunity to position yourself for better opportunities than now. So thank you very much, everybody, for joining us on this. And it's been an amazing session. It's been nice speaking to everyone on this call and connecting with you all. Thank you. So that will be all for today. Okay, so the discount is ending on the 20th of this month. So if you'd love to secure your spot already, let me drop the link again. It's ending on the 20th, so you can just secure your spot easily by clicking on the link that I just dropped on the screen. Okay, Olawale Bakari. So the link to join the community, my colleague will drop it. But like I said, please fill the attendance sheet. We would also attach the link to join the community to the email that you'll be receiving from us, which will carry the link to watch this session recording, the link secure your spot for the internship program. So please just feel free, click on the link and we will be in touch. Thank you once again, everyone, for joining us on this session. It's been so nice speaking to everybody. And thank you so much, Favor, for staying with us till this point and for creating time out of your busy schedule to be on this call with us. We really, really appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.